going to be all downhill and warm from there. I'm thinking, here's the Rocky Mountains here, here's Los Angeles, they're straight downhill, right? And of course, I'd been to Las Vegas and I'd been to Los Angeles, nice and flat and warm. So I figured, the hard part is over. I happened to be in staying at a ranch in western Colorado. And I was packing my clothes. And the guy said, the owner of the ranch came over to me and said, what you doing? And I said, well, packing my winter clothes, sending them home. And he just laughed at me. He said, don't send your winter clothes home. We do have winter. And within a couple of weeks, I was putting on those winter clothes. He also said, you've got to cross Nevada. I said, what's so special about Nevada? Turns out Nevada is the most mountainous state in the lower 48. Here's how you cross Nevada. You go through a desert, over a mountain range, to another desert, another mountain range, desert, mountain range. Going east to west or west to east, that's how you will cross Nevada. In fact, they have plants in Nevada that are nowhere else because they're trapped either in the desert or on the mountains. If they're in the mountains, they're trapped by the deserts on each side. If they're in the deserts, they're trapped by the mountains on each side. So they have unique species of plants there in Nevada. And Nevada was the only place on the whole trip that we actually hit snow. And I will tell you about that in a minute. But first I want to digress and go to the loneliest road, page 200. Don't know if you can get this, but this is a neat picture. Can't read. Without my glasses, I can't do much of anything here. That's the loneliest road. And it is indeed a lonely road. That's what it looks like. And you can see that it's a combination of Route 6 and 50. There's a sign there somewhere. Now, how do we know it's the loneliest road? Because that's what it calls itself. That is the actual name of the road, the loneliest road in the United States. And as I said, there's a 150-mile stretch and this picture is on that, from Delta, Utah to Ely, Nevada. And how would I say? It's 130. And I don't think I saw more than 3 or 4 places along the way. Fortunately, 2 of them were restaurants for some reason.
That's strange.
Nothing else. Yeah.
They don't get much business.
Actually, well, one of them is quite a complex. It's a restaurant, a motel, and a casino. All very small scale now.
Sure.
In fact, the motel is a series of, what do you call those things? Not tractor trailers, mobile homes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're staying in a mobile home. And it's about as small a casino as you're going to ever see, too. But anyway, so that stretch was pretty darn lonely. And then I'm going to take you to another page, page 215, I believe it is. 215? Now, as I said, that's a combination of Route 50 and 6, that first stretch. When they get to Ely, Nevada, from Delta to Ely, when that road gets to Ely, Nevada, it divides. And Route 50 goes a little north and west, Route 6 goes a little south and west. Route 50 keeps that title of loneliest road. Route 6 does not. But I can tell you the stretch from Ely, Nevada to Tonopah, Nevada, about 160 miles, is lonelier than the loneliest road.
No, it can't be.
It is. I didn't see more than 2 or 3 places along that whole 160-mile stretch. No restaurants or anything like that.
No farms or ranches,
No,
nothing.
You wouldn't see farms. It's all desert.
No, I know.
Ranches. There was one ranch and one other house, and then there was a factory of some kind. They mined something in the desert, I guess. It was kind of a factory with smokestacks and all that. On that 160-mile stretch, when you leave either Ely or Tonopah, Nevada, there's a sign that says, check your gas, no services for 160 miles.
Oh my goodness.
Now, what page did I take you to, 200 and whatever?
15.
215. That's Allen Carroll. We're going to diverge from the diversion. 215. That's Allen Carroll Drayton. And just as a side note, on the opposite page are some Indians from the Shoshone Reservation. Just keep that in mind because we will mention them a little bit later. But Allen Carroll lived most of their time together in San Diego for a long time. And they got tired of the city life. So they decided to build a house where they wouldn't be disturbed by anybody. They chose to build it on this portion of Route 6 about midway between Ely and Tonopah, about 80 miles from the closest town. And you would think that they would be pretty much alone there. Well, remember those signs, no gas for 160 miles?
Yep.
And fill your gas? Some people don't believe in signs. Before Allen Carroll even finished building their house, there was a knock on the door. Can you help us out? We're out of gas. Wow. It happened so often that they actually started keeping a can of gas in their garage. And eventually they got tired of lugging the gas out to the cars, so they put up a little gas pump in front of their house.
Sure.
Big mistake for people who wanted privacy. Because now, not only were we talking about people who were running out of gas, we're talking about just about everybody who drives by is going to stop. Even if they have 3/4 of a tank of gas, well, let's fill it up here and be sure we got enough gas. Then they'd come in and they'd say, do you have a restroom?
Yes.
Do you have coffee? Do you have any snacks? So, these people wound up as, well, I should also mention that they're not antisocial people.
Right.
They're happy enough to see the people come, but they say their best days are when they don't have any business at all. Their favorite days are when they don't have any business. I just think it's kind of ironic that these people who moved to the middle of nowhere to be alone wound up as magnets in the middle of the desert.
Right.
Right.
So now we're going to go back to that snowstorm I told you we would. And what unites all of this is the fact that they're all on this stretch of the loneliest road, which is on page 220, is it? 200? We're just trying to get her caught up. So we're on the loneliest road. That's the snowstorm, is 213.
Yeah. 220.